Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kiera.
This is Leah.
This is Solo.
And you are listening to the first episode of He Said, We Said for 2022.
We back.
Let's bring up the levels. I know it's been some weeks. Where's the air horn?
Right.
Come on.
Solomon, you supposed to...
Yeah, no, I know. Yes, definitely.
We back.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
John, what's up?
Right.
It's been a long time. We are happy to be back. There's a lot that happened.
We've been going through life.
No, for real. Let's start with the COVID update because things were looking on. Well, they were kind of looking on the up and up. Maybe 2 or so plus months ago, where it's like, okay, like we're learning to live with COVID, et cetera, et cetera. And then Thanksgiving happened, and since Thanksgiving, we've had the Omicron variant that has run rampant across the nation, across the world, really. I think at this point, I may have seen that more people have been infected with COVID now than they were like this time 2 years ago, or
Yes.
You're talking
had
about
to
this
have been.
strain has hit more people than the last strain, or like overall considering there's
Sorry.
more people than not?
Yes, because I guess at that point it would have been a year. So more people at the end of 2021 were infected with COVID than at the end of 2020, I should say.
Right.
So yes, the Omicron variant apparently was not as what's the word?
The symptoms weren't as bad, but
severe,
it was like very, very, very contagious.
Yes.
Some kind of way. And now they at the point. So we've been going through it with the CDC. We don't know what to believe, but at this point, it's like, you know what? Throw all that cloth out. Get y'all N95s because that's all we got at this point.
Straight up. If you don't have the N95, this is the thing about the COVID stuff that pisses me off. It's already hard enough to find N95 or KN95 mask and stuff like that. You kind of have to have connects, but you also need to be willing to drop some money, right?
Ooh, so now, especially because they didn't put this out here.
Hello. So it's very annoying if you can't access that. At least double mask if you can, triple mask. But like, y'all, the struggle is real out here. I'm over it all.
Listen, and then we had the battle with the test.
Yes.
Trying to find. So I just feel like we've been in the Hunger Games low key with this COVID stuff over the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Straight up.
Because like I have a friend that is working in a home. So in someone's home. And when she was entering the home, she had to take a at-home test before she could like see the rest of the family, whatever, which is fine, right? And that makes sense. And if I were in that position, I would definitely do it. But at the same time, me looking for a test along with the rest of the world, y'all got about 30 on deck.
No, seriously.
For her to take one every day. Meanwhile, people out here with symptoms, people out here like struggling because they gotta go to work or they gotta go to other things and be around other people. Can't find a test.
Especially with the holiday season.
Right.
Because everyone is traveling or wanting to be with their family. Everyone was thinking that this was going to be the first Christmas that we could have together. Right. And I know for myself personally, we had a COVID Christmas. 2 members of my family tested positive on Christmas Eve. And so Kiera traveled back to Houston so that she didn't have to risk getting it. I was sick. And that's the other thing about COVID. I was just like, it kind of eliminates cold, flu,
because
allergies,
what is it?
Sinus, anything.
I just sneezed. What's up?
Like, what's going on? So, like, I took like 4 tests in different days, and they all came back negative. But when I tell you, I was just like stuffy, throat, like it's just like,
what is it?
What is it? So over it,
Lord.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Never again. I'm over it.
I know. I really hope that there can be some sort of like in our near future in regards to COVID. Because I'm just completely over it all. I want life to be as close to normal as we can get it.
At this point, is it going to be a thing? And maybe, this is what I've heard, but again, everybody has their own opinion and we're all fake doctors. So that, okay, Omicron might be a good sign in some views where it's like, okay, yes, it's contagious. But if we keep kind of going down this route, it's at least getting milder. And so it's like whatever the widespread version of it, or I guess I don't know, whatever is going to become whatever it is for years and years to come, hopefully it becomes milder and milder is the thought, I guess, of people that are really hopeful and optimistic, which it kind of makes sense. But then again, I mean, who knows? We could be back because Delta was wild.
Yeah.
Delta was wild. But I like that thought process behind it. Right. I'm hopeful because for us OG COVID people, pre-vaccine, that thing was not a joke. So if it can continue to like weaken in regards to like symptoms, I'm all for it because and it's crazy. I saw what's her name? AOC talking about her testing positive, and she was kind of going off saying how like we are considering a lot of these symptoms. Well, at least for myself, I had mild symptoms, but like it knocked me out, right? Yeah. So for me, it was just like I couldn't imagine getting to a point where I needed to go to a hospital.
The old one?
Yeah, like OG, like it was really,
breath, really need to be on the ventilator and no taste, no smell, and all this.
Man. It's like we have like asymptomatic to essentially death as the range.
Yeah. Right. And if we can narrow that down to this side, that would be ideal.
Right. So
well, more specifically, it's like they're categorizing it on two opposite ends of the spectrum. Either it's severe or it's mild, right? And then they're kind of like making it seem like there's no really middle ground or moderate symptoms. But well, we're in the red levels now.
Severe, I think is the last.
I guess that just
at one point we were, So I mean, I think they're even thinking about talks of canceling rodeo.
I mean, I don't even know why. I guess they probably have already had this plan pre-Omicron
now,
but it's just like y'all announced it while we're in the
thick of it. Like hold on, but you know they. Listen, the rodeo is a thing.
Look, the rodeo's
the Houston rodeo is a thing. It's happening.
Yeah.
Unless, something drastic probably has to happen because even 2020, the year where the COVID outbreak for people, I guess, not from Houston, the COVID outbreak in Houston started at the rodeo. They did not cancel.
Cook-off, huh?
They did before the true, I guess, rodeo started at the cook-off. That was our first case in Houston. Houston did not cancel
from
that.
Galveston.
Yes, and then he traveled. He was with his mistress.
Yeah.
The fact that story was out there, boys did not cancel the rodeo for another about 3 weeks.
Ain't that crazy?
It was like they was like, we got to get Chance in real quick, and then. Bye. It's over.
Was Megan that year? Or not Megan?
Lizzo.
Cardi? Okay, it was Lizzo that year. Cardi was the year before.
Yeah,
I think
Cardi
happened. Yeah, Cardi happened. I think she set a record. Everybody sets a record.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, if it happens, I would like to see Bun B and Friends. I'll just put that out there. Yeah. Because I think that Bun B and Friends is just going to be a Houston show.
But they have like 2 Black Nights now, right? Or no?
They technically have more.
Because it was like Chance was one night, then Khalid was supposed to come.
So, but that's like still pop though, right?
Pop.
Right.
Because I think Lizzo and Khalid was like pop.
Okay.
Right? So they're super popular, kind of crossover in a sense, which is kind of funny. Lizzo is crossover. But Chance was Black Heritage.
He was the Black Knight. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they got us out the way quick.
They normally do Black Heritage like the first week.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
But Bun B and Friends, I'm really hopeful that he brings out Toby. Because I missed the concert. So
Toby.
Yes. Yes.
I forgot he had the show. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that show is definitely for y'all, Houstonians.
I would think it will be.
Yeah. I was here for Gwen Stefani. So if I can see my girl Gwen, I have been waiting to see her since maybe 2002. So that would be a dream of mine. I actually had tickets, but the show was canceled.
Yes.
So
I feel like that's how I remember that it was like so much later in the game when they finally canceled it. Because it was like, we were hopeful.
When I saw that she was going to perform, I was ready. I mean, punk rock key. I'm finding my fishnet gloves and my
I was
pink
just
and
gonna be
black
there along for the show. But no, I like her songs though. I don't think I was.
Was she gonna do some No Doubt stuff?
You know it.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, that's a long enough set.
I mean, I don't know if she could do the No Doubt stuff or
She's
just
doing the
have
No
to be
Doubt
limited to
stuff.
Gwen Stefani shit.
I think if
see.
she
You
was
know?
one of the like instrumental, whatever other band members, it would be different. But like she did the lead vocal, so like play the track.
No. But does
she have the right?
But
You
does
saying
Lauryn
like does she
Hill
have the
be
right?
doing Fuji shit?
I mean, but that's different though, right? Like Lauren and Wyclef, they have their thing.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a little different. But honestly, she might. I have not gone to a Lauryn Hill concert, and I don't plan on ever going to a Lauryn Hill concert to find out.
Same.
Hate to say it. Something else I hate to say. We want to give a big rest in peace to 3 people who passed away. Most recently, Bob Saget, most known as playing Danny Tanner on Full House, passed away at 65 years old a week ago. We also had Sidney Poitier pass away, and Betty White, just a few weeks shy of her 100th birthday. So,
man,
prayers up to all 3 of them, especially Bob Saget, and not to dismiss the others, but like, you know, they lived full lives. They were in their 90s.
Yeah.
Like, you know, death is a part of life. And so they were able to do, a lot with themselves. But Bob was relatively young still, 65 years old. He had, children that are relatively young and a wife and stuff. So, always sad when stuff like that so unexpectedly happens.
And then, everybody has been a little bit, I guess I've been seeing the more heartfelt responses to his death, like a little bit more, I guess, sorrow from the people. Like Dave Chappelle had come out with a statement, and John Stamos had came out with like people were really disheartened and saddened, as opposed with Betty White. Everybody was just like, hey, let's celebrate. And I mean, 99 is a big deal,
Definitely.
Everybody was definitely like, man, I wish she could have made it, to see 100, but like, shout out to her. But you're right. It was more just like, wow, Bob Saget.
And I think it's because people, I guess he was found dead, so it was a little bit more tragic there, unexpected.
But wasn't he was like in town for something, right?
I think he was
like
still touring.
He had a show the night prior.
Right. Yeah. And so that's that's tough. Especially like being like the family like back at home, like, wait, he was what?
Yeah. No, it's definitely tough. I saw the news and I screamed. I was like, what? Like, I loved Full House. Like, Full House is probably one of the first sitcoms that I like went back to watch, like as a young girl. Like, I want to say Full House may have come on Nick at Night or one of those kind of throwback shows. So when I was like 10-ish or whatever, that was one of my like go-tos. Maybe it was ABC Family. And so I used to watch it all the time. And I really liked him. So
when I was younger, I really liked that show. I did not get onto Fuller House.
No, I didn't.
But I was like, it's a cute show. Like, growing up enough for me to watch it again. We had that many options.
Yeah, so, that was after school, It
was a little later.
After school viewing, elementary for me.
Oh, okay.
UPN 20, you had the lineup, Step by Step, Full House.
You're talking about in real time.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I'm a little out there.
I grew up with that.
Yeah,
Danny Tanner and all of that. John Stamos and Joey. And,
I remember the later years, like by the time Michelle became like a kid. But like baby Michelle and like toddler Michelle, I had to go back and watch. But actually I did not know that Bob Saget was kind of like a mentor to Tiffany Haddish. She they basically, when Tiffany was a teenager, she used to be in some kind of comedy club or something for teenagers. If you guys don't know, Tiffany Haddish kind of had like a rough upbringing. So I think this was for like at-risk children. And so, and this is probably like in the height of his Full House days as well. So they had a relationship and, I've seen clips of the two of them and him just almost being moved to tears at how proud he was of Tiffany and all this other stuff. So, rest in peace to those people. But speaking of Tiffany, we want to kind of segue a little bit.
Right.
Because she did get a DUI. This was in Atlanta. It looks like she was under the influence of marijuana. Officers pulled her over. I'm not sure if she fell asleep at the wheel or she was driving suspiciously. That I am unclear of, but she did get arrested.
Yeah.
Later released.
I saw that she was, I think I saw that she was like found asleep or something like that, or like her car matched the description of something. Okay. It was weird. It didn't seem like, and this is going to sound bad, but it didn't seem like it was something like crucial. Like, you know, at first the headline is Tiffany got a DUI. Like, oh, dang, did she hit somebody? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it at least, I guess it was like, okay, it wasn't that bad, but DUIs are tough. Good luck, but she, you know, famous. I don't know how that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
She'll be all right. But also, while we were gone, it was announced that Tiffany, Haddish, and Common, they ended things.
Broke up.
Can't say I'm surprised.
I can say that I am surprised they lasted this long.
I'll give you that.
How long has it been?
I feel like
about 2 years.
Nah.
They got together around the pandemic time. So this was like going on spring of 2020.
Yeah, I would say spring of 2020. Honestly, maybe even summer, fall. I don't know. But it was definitely 2020 because I remember they did that silhouette challenge together. And that's when it was like, oh, y'all are really?
Yeah.
Y'all are really a thing.
Together. Yeah.
Right.
Together.
Yeah. So, but apparently they have been broken up for quite some time and they just finally announced it. But, you know, if you ask me, I've seen a few interviews of Tiffany post the breakup, and it seems to me that Common probably broke up with her. And Common has had his, I guess, people put out a statement and say that they love each other and it's best they go their separate ways. But Tiffany is kind of just like, oh, that's how you feel? That ain't what you told me, kind of a thing. So
yes, I'll say that she probably handled it better than, not better, but like, I don't know why I have this image of her that like if somebody were to say something like that she would probably give more detail and say more and just like kind of go in a little bit more. But I think she handled it well. That's not what I understood. And I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah. You know, I wonder for Common, like, does he like the thrill of things being new and fresh and fun? And then when stuff starts getting real, it's like, you know what, I got to pull back.
He's the one that always
because
breaks up with
now
them?
I'm side-eyeing Common.
I think so.
I am side-eyeing Common.
But none of them ever come out and like really say anything.
Actually, let me say this. I don't think that he's necessarily the one who's always breaking up with them, but I feel like if they break up with him, it's because he on some BS.
Maybe some changed behavior.
Yeah. Like, and he is so like, my queen, you know, I love my black women and da-da-da-da-da. And then I almost feel like
but he don't do no. Like just because the relationship don't work, why do we automatically have to assume that he's on some foul shit?
No. I don't even think he's cheating.
No. It doesn't have to be cheating.
But just like, is he really wanting whatever it is that he's signing up for?
Right.
Like, how many women has he been attached to?
So would he really be considered a serial dater like that?
I think so. Even my dad was like, he was like, I got beef with Common. He always pulling the baddies. And then like, it don't ever work. Like, there's been so many people and maybe.
And he really just don't even be booed up with him like that, you know?
From what we can see.
From what we can see. It's always a private thingy and.
On his end. When I do see people post their relationship of him, it's usually the woman. I never really see
Where is he on the red carpet?
Look, I mean, and I respect you being private.
Was, you know, like
right.
I was very surprised that he.
I agree. But you know what, too? Like they got together with COVID, and you know, I could imagine like a lot of people have been breaking up. We'll get to that later during this time. You're spending a lot of time together, and so maybe at the beginning it's fun because you know you like this person.
You spend all this time together. You know, we have the time,
cooking, drinking, whatever, and then after so long, it's like I need my space. Things you've been able to avoid.
Too real too quick, or
you're
ready to incorporate this and that, and intertwine all that.
For sure. So like we also had in other breakup news, Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet put out a statement of spiritual wellness on them still having love for each other but needing to do their own thing.
I hate to see it.
I do too.
Where my nigga Lenny at though?
Lenny.
You look like a where my
What?
Lenny
Because they
at.
just made it seem like, oh, they get along so well with Lisa, and
He really loved her.
but it looked good together.
Yeah.
They did.
It seemed like they had a nice chemistry. The energy was this ethereal type.
And Lisa, I have not heard Lisa Bonet speak in I don't know how long. She stayed low key with it. She was a wife. She was a mom.
Yeah.
Jason had the spotlight. So I'm curious on why they're getting divorced, and we'll probably never know.
Where y'all going?
Yeah.
Where y'all going?
I have
What y'all doing?
If I were to speculate, I would say that maybe with COVID, my thought process of Lisa is very like holistic and to herself and all this other stuff. And Jason is a very well, I guess, respected and whatnot actor, and he is taking gigs. And so maybe she wanted him to be at home more, and he's like, I got to make this money. I don't know. I'm speculating, right?
But I think they started dating before he blew, right?
Probably.
I think so.
That
I
Aquaman
don't
did
quite
it.
remember. I don't know.
Your daughter's doing all this shit. I guess. I mean,
That's her
she
daughter.
wants you at home. She wants you at home.
But I
don't know what it could be. Maybe
you
it
come
just
from this.
Maybe it was just a growth thing.
Yeah.
Like just growing apart after however many years.
Which
like
happened.
he is
Yeah.
much younger than her too. Which I mean,
He's right.
after a certain point, I guess it don't quite matter.
Yeah.
I think Jason is probably 40-ish, maybe early 40s. Lisa is definitely pushing 50 if she's not already 50.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though. I'm sure moving forward, there'll be plenty of pictures of him and her, looking all happy as there were with him and Lenny and him and Zoe and stuff. So,
Did they have any kids together?
They did have children together. I think they had 2 or 3. Something like that.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. We're going to go on to another couple who may or may not be together, and that is Megan Thee Stallion and Pardi.
Partisan Fontaine?
When you kept saying Pardi, I kept thinking Pardi
Next door.
Oh, my
Partisan
bad.
Fontaine.
No.
Yeah, so they've been together for a little over a year, maybe even pushing 2 years. I don't even know at this point, but they are alleging that they're no longer together because she has removed all the pictures of him from her Instagram page. Now, she is still on his Instagram page. So that's why it's unclear. There has not been an official statement put out there.
Right.
He was just celebrating her graduating from TSU,
This
which
was
was
December.
just last month. Right.
So
Right.
that's why it's like, okay, one, did something happen, or is she just changing up the page? But I mean, for her to not have said anything, I wonder if it's just like a weird stage.
Yeah.
So he probably like, girl, we stay together.
You think it ain't got nothing to do with some of the Tory Lane blowback or any of that?
I don't know.
I wonder. I don't know. I wonder where that
They
is.
say it ain't looking too hot.
Well,
Yeah.
he was taken up for her quite a bit with that scenario like months ago, maybe even a year ago at this point. So I would imagine he's in support, but my thought process would be like, she's upset with him. Maybe she wants to break up. Maybe she did break up and she removed the pictures, but she hasn't put it out in case she gets back. So when she knows for sure she's leaving him, that's when a statement is put out.
Look, that happens. Where it's like, look, I'm mad and you gonna know I'm mad. And I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I'm mad.
Before we make it to that point, let me just give it some time. Let me think
Right.
about this. So maybe that's what's going on. I don't really know. But let's take a break. Okay, so actually there is another breakup that we forgot to mention, and it is Megan Good and husband. Is it Devin or Devon Franklin?
I almost feel like it was
I think
Devon
you might be
Franklin.
right. I think you might be right on that. Well, they were married for 10 years and they have decided to break up. Now, Megan, she people were speculating this for a while. I think she had a birthday trip and it was like a girls' trip. Her husband wasn't there. And so they were like, you're celebrating a big birthday like this? I think it was her 40th. Her husband's not there. She wasn't wearing her ring.
Nosy, but that's how it be.
So nosy. She's been picking up more acting gigs that are a little bit more, I guess, risque.
I think I said that.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen some other people comment on that too. So
I think overall, I would say like this breakup, Lisa Bonet breakup. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing too, but those are kind of just like, we gotta stop looking at these people relationships because it's everyday stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of like hit home for people because he was really going hard for her in the beginning when people were talking down on her for some reason we had this negative light of her or like viewing her as like an industry hoe or something. Like people were just looking at her so negatively. So her getting with a pastor was just like, how could you do that? And how could you be with her and blah, blah. And it's just like, we don't know this girl.
Yeah. It's so crazy how far we've come in society when it comes to that because you're right. There was this negative connotation towards making good for a lot of people. And I can't even think of her like even having like a nude scenes or anything and stuff. I mean, I'm sure she's had sex scenes, but like
she was just a pretty girl.
Yeah,
like she was girl.
I think there were some rumors, if I'm not mistaken, but again, those are rumors, right?
Yeah.
And what does it matter to us what she does in her free time? So if she's a single girl. So anyways, I do think that relationship maybe has changed her image a little bit. Like she seemed to be a little bit more conservative, a lot more pulled back. Once marrying him, probably because of the backlash and, you know, the church folk too.
Right.
That has stuff to say.
And it felt like she just wasn't commenting or like wasn't saying much. Like we never really heard much else from her. And she wasn't really. Yikes.
The church, right? You know,
what?
That's what it felt like. Like
they did a what?
That they put a muzzle on her.
Oh, okay.
You know, like she wasn't out, you know, speaking on things and normally she was just she dialed it back severely.
Okay, she did dial it back. A muzzle is a very strong word for dogs.
Okay, nobody's, you know, aching her to a dog. I'm just saying they really put the clamps on her and shut her down. That's what it kind of felt like.
I mean, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. She seems to be happy now. Devon, on the other hand, he did put up a post of him crying with a very long caption explaining that he is optimistic for 2022. I'm kind of summing it up. But that 2021 was a really tough year for him. And he is called himself being transparent and, you know, showing the world how he feels on the inside. So he got some backlash for that. You know what? I am here for men, specifically Black men, being vulnerable and showcasing it for people to see.
Oh my God, I could not be famous. Let's just say that. I think I've seen a question before, like, would you rather be famous or wealthy? Like, what kind of question is that?
Wealthy. Cut the check.
Why would I want people in my business and criticizing everything that I guess I'm speaking for myself. I don't want to hear or read people's opinions about me every day.
Right.
And like it being forced on you.
Yeah, seriously. I don't even know if I, at this point in life, would want to be wealthy if that meant I was also famous. So like,
it's just so much.
It's just so much. I just couldn't even imagine. And if I were to be famous, I definitely would be on some Will and Jada pre-2015 or whenever they got to IG.
Like not having that much access to them.
Or maybe even a Beyonce. I'll say Beyonce. If I'm going to be on Instagram.
Or like if I'm going to be famous.
Yeah. You're going to get pictures. You're not really going to get videos. You're not going to get me, you know, in my everyday life. Like you're going to get what I put out there or my team.
Right. I do think that celebrities have a lot of control on what's put out there. And to your point, Solomon, there are people that really want us in their business.
Yeah, they need us. I mean, they need y'all talking about them.
The Kardashians are
speaking
or some, which actually, you know, that's a good segue because y'all's boy Kanye has been on one. Okay.
Oh, man.
Kanye West has a new girlfriend. Her name is Miss Fox. I forget her first name, but her last name is Fox. They've been together for approximately 16 days. And within these 16 days, Miss Fox has put out not one, not two, but 3 interviews talking about their relationship. Okay,
girl, you better take up this 15 minutes.
She, on the first interview, this was on day 3 of the relationship. She said that they met on New Year's Eve. And
damn, already in a relationship? Look, nigga, it ain't even been 2 weeks.
Look, but we're talking Kanye West, right?
We dating. I'm dating Kanye West.
I'm dating Kanye West, right?
Goals is her in her head.
So shout out to Amanda Murray. She is a well-established fashion stylist based out of New York, but from the UK. And she has been kind of like documenting this relationship. Material Girl, Mother Ye is her name for him. basically, Mother Ye gets in these relationships, and he has this idea of what his girlfriend should look like. It's like his muse. And so he goes to their closets, he packs everything up, he ships it elsewhere, and he transformed them into...
Kanye did that to this girl too?
Yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
why she's dressing in Balenciaga the way that she is. Who did
he do it to before?
Kim. He did
I know he did it to
Amber
Kim.
Rose as well,
Yeah.
and allegedly did it to OG girlfriend Soror Alexis. So
really,
allegedly, that's the word on the streets. But I wonder if her story is still up. But like, even looking at editorials that he has done with Kim, that he's done with Amber, and now doing with this new girl, like he just
what is wrong with him?
No, like seriously, like
Sorry.
he has this vision in his head of how his girl should be, how she should act, etc. And so she is just like, she admitted in the interview, she was like, yeah, he came in my closet and I was, trying to figure out why trying to get rid of some of my stuff. But you know what? Why not? It's Kanye. Exactly. There's an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where he is literally in Kim's closet and she's like, wait, I really like these shoes. And he's like, nah, these gotta go. This is ugly. Like, he literally is packing these women's stuff up and putting them in what he wants them to be in. So yes,
Listen, if you popping off the relationship like that, I'm sure Kim is just like feels such a relief. But slightly at this point with all of this.
Yeah, because she is now with Pete Davidson. They seem to be enjoying each other's company. I don't know. How other way you describe it.
I wonder how that goes. I wonder.
A lot of jokes.
I really like Pete Davidson. I'm just very surprised at this.
He be pulling them, don't he?
Look.
Everybody loves him, a funny guy.
Look,
everybody loves
I wouldn't be mad if I ran into a Pete Davidson.
He got a goofy look to me, but
he does have a quirky look.
He does have a quirky look, but I mean, like
maybe both. But
the funniness, the confidence,
yeah.
He's very, I don't know. He seems like a really cool person.
Yeah.
He probably is, and
smoke out.
It's people are saying that so the thing with Kanye, as we just pointed out with him in the wardrobe and creating this thing, he's very like big like gesture. So like Kim would talk about how he would rent out the Dodger Stadium for them to have dinner, and he would fly her out or buy her $1 million worth of stocks, all this stuff. No.
Oh,
Kanye would do this with Kim, and for her, she said that she really appreciated the little things, like enjoying a movie together or whatever. Yeah. And she insinuated that Kanye wasn't really like that. However, there's been pictures of her and David like grabbing ice cream, like eating pizza, and just having fun, riding roller coasters together, right? And so there are people are like, he's doing the stuff that she has said that she wanted. Because at the end of the day, Kim, I think if she's not a billionaire, she's close to it. So like,
she's like, I could probably,
right?
She can do all
I'm
that
looking for,
shit,
exactly.
She's trying to have the moments, the little moments of normal relationship.
I'm happy she's happy.
I'm happy she's happy. I'm happy that Kanye was able to go to his daughter's party as well. Look, Kanye has just been, he's something else. So he went on and put out some videos saying that he was trying to get to his daughter's birthday party and that they were not giving him the address. And so he wanted to put that out there in case Chicago were wondering sometime down the line why her dad wasn't at her 4th birthday party. It's because that the family was not telling him. Now, Kim's point of view is that he told her that he was going to have a separate party, and so they were going to do their own thing. So she says, or her camp says that, it was news to her that he was trying to come because he was the one who said that he was going to do something separate and didn't want to come. I actually kind of believe Kim. At this point in the game, I think Kanye may be having an episode. And
yeah, because people were saying like during the whole situation when they were together, how he was just gone off to Wyoming, wasn't with the family, da-da-da-da-da. Now that she's moved on, he's playing the crazy ex, trying to get back in the picture, moving across the street.
I'm not even mad at that.
I am. No, I don't want you across the fucking street.
But we're mansions, right? Like,
there's plenty in Calabasas. There's plenty in California. No, nigga, you do not have to be across the street.
This isn't a suburban this ain't no subdivision that we would probably live Michigan, where they're literally like
They
next
can't see
door.
each other from he can't see her house from his house.
I don't know. Maybe he can, but we're talking like mega mansions here. So like, I'm sure that they're not literally like he can walk next door. Like he may have to get in the car to go.
The only perspective is for sure like the co-parenting aspect of it. They have a lot of kids.
They have a lot of kids.
So yes.
First of all, let's not act like these are some broke ass individuals who can't pay the extra amount of money it takes to shuttle the kids across town or something like that.
Do I want my ex next door to me, whether that's near or
the
far?
kids will be close. No, nigga,
maybe
I need
he could have been in the same neighborhood. I get it. I'm sure it was him being like extra, but I'm not, because they have children together and he is trying to put it out there that he wants to be active in their life. I can't be too mad at it, right? Like it's not like they at the house every day, you know?
I'm just not buying that being the reason.
I'm sure that's not the reason.
I'm pretty sure
really.
That's like okay, let me say that because it sounds good and it looks good, but I may have ulterior motives.
Okay, well, the first thing I heard when I initially heard that he was doing that, it's like, this man really is crazy and trying to get her back.
Crazy.
At the same time, I feel like I said something about it and somebody replied back to me or said something like, no, I mean, co-parenting, blah, blah, blah. It's from a perspective of a father. Do what you do.
You know, and y'all Kanye what's the word I'm looking for? Sympathizers. I can have sympathy or empathy for somebody who has mental illness 100%. But some of y'all be excusing a lot of this man's behaviors. This is the same man I saw a tweet talking about. This is the same man that was wearing the Trump Make America Great Again hat. This is the same man that said slave was a choice.
And y'all supported him through those too. So I guess kudos for consistency.
Who?
Slavery was a choice. Do you not remember
supported
that?
him?
No, not y'all, but the people who did.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Like I am seeing people literally go like ham for this man on Twitter. And honestly, ladies, listen. If you see a man going hard in the paint for Kanye, like I've seen some of these men do, red flag. Right. You don't want to talk to that man, sis. You don't want to,
because the way that he is going to rationalize the rest of y'all's relationship, the way he's going to think through that, like, I don't know.
I'm just tired of hearing about the shit.
Me too.
Like, just go away.
Like, even the birthday party, and he was able to go to the birthday party.
Thanks to Travis and Kylie for letting me in.
But yeah, he
oh, look at Travis.
Apparently, he wasn't even supposed to be in town. Like he said that in the video that he was supposed to be somewhere else. So it's just like even more reason to believe for me, like
Kim didn't know she was
perspective, if that is indeed, you know,
I'm rolling with Kim.
Who would have thought that?
When
they got together, she was the villain.
She was the villain, and I will say the past 3 years she has changed it up because
she's done 180 like a motherfucker.
Social stuff happens. We'd be like, maybe y'all should call Kim.
Right.
Maybe y'all should hit her up.
I am rooting for her to pass this bar. Like, you know what? Yeah. Take away the fact that, you know, she has profited off of Black women to a certain extent, aesthetic-wise, the culture, all that stuff. You know, if I have to give credit where credit is due, she has definitely made a 180 and has seemed to try to do better.
Very much like, well, shout out to her PR.
Shout out to her
PR, publicist, whoever. Somebody's like, we need to get you in this lane, and
I'm going to give her a little credit on that. I think she probably has, like, even with the law thing, like, she probably is like, but this is kind of what I want to do. I want to go into this. I don't know if she set out early on to be this, I don't know. Do you think that she really wanted to be an it girl forever? It girl forever?
I don't think so. And you know what, to give some grace, we met Kim when she was maybe 25 or so, maybe even younger than that. Kim is like 40 years old now. So, you know, if I'm going to be fair, you know, we have to give her room to grow. And so this is the lane that she's in now. She's a mother now. She was a wife. I guess technically, well, she's been a wife a few times, but most recently, you know, a wife of some years. And so she's just in a new space now, I'm assuming, where she wants more for herself.
That is being that's what I'm thinking has happened with Kim. Not necessarily someone telling her like this is what you should do now, but I think she's tired. Like, and this is what I want to do. I'm tired of keeping up whatever this whole thing is, this image. Like, I'm trying to live.
Stressful. It's a job.
Like, shout out to what's her name? Courtney. I've been team Courtney the whole time. Courtney be like, I don't want to work.
Yes.
I don't want to do all the things that y'all are doing. I'm going to live my life.
Yeah.
And it seems like Kim is kind of trying to move over there, but we keep talking about her.
Well, we are talking about the Kardashians, and I hate to segue again, but Tristian Thompson is the father. There was a woman who is actually from Texas, a personal trainer.
Texans, boy.
She leaked some text messages and basically said that Tristian Thompson was the father of her unborn child. At this point, she was very, very pregnant. This is sometime in November. He, in the text messages, was just telling her, you should have taken the $75,000 to abort this baby because you ain't gonna get more than that from me. Da 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 da. She has a baby shortly after, and then we find out that he is indeed the father. He puts out a statement saying that he is going to be taking care of this child, and he apologizes publicly to Khloe for hurting her yet again. So,
I don't know why men are like this because. First off, he was talking to her thinking she wasn't going to put him out there on blast. So you thought you had that good of a relationship with her, or at least knew her well enough to manipulate her to not put your business out in the street is what you thought. Because you were talking to her crazy and saying that she wasn't going to get nothing from you because she was about to retire and all of this stuff. What?
How is that ever the reaction to have when somebody could disclose something like that, right?
When you have that level
Bitch, do it then.
This is why I think...
My bad. Texting.
Yes.
There's this girl that I follow, and she and I also believe that there's something that's off with Tristian. Going back years ago when he was like actively cheating on Khloe. This is before the Jordan showdown and whatever. Like, you are cheating on her in such a way as if you think that you are invincible.
Yeah.
You are 6'8", however tall he is.
6'10".
Right? He's 6'10". You're 6'10" years old. I mean, 16
maybe
years old.
6'11".
Better 6.
You are a black man, usually around groups where you even stand out even more, right? You are in this public relationship with, I'd say, arguably the most famous family in America in current
didn't
time.
care.
And didn't care. And not only did you not care then, you continue to not care when you kissed said family's good family friend member. It's just like, at what point do you just be like, get yourself in check, basically?
Now, let me ask this, because I'm not sure, I don't follow it too toughly. Is this woman that he had this relationship and fathered this child with, were him and Khloe together at the time they were fucking? Or were they on a break? Because, it seemed like they always on and off. I can never tell when they're on and when they're off.
They would have had to have been together, right?
I speculate that they're not together.
The way he doing what he doing, there had to be some downtime.
I will say this.
But it was a long relationship.
When that stuff happened with him and Jordan, people were saying that they weren't really together, but the public thought that they were together, right? And so Khloe kind of had to put 20 on 10. And then, of course, I guess there's the Jordan aspect too. But, they aren't really together. And so I even think that part of me thinks that they just aren't together. But because they have to keep up this narrative and they have this child or whatever, I don't know. I think that a lot of their stuff is made up and is orchestrated. So I don't know if I believe that they are really together. But if you're not together, hypothetically, and you have this agreement that the public thinks that, you need to start getting some NDAs for your women that you're sleeping with, or whatever the case is. Why are you just so willy-nilly sabotaging the plan? If that is indeed the case.
I mean, that would be the only thing that makes sense with his behavior. But at the same time, Khloe, whatever. I ain't gonna say nothing there.
Yeah, and then it's like I can't even feel bad for Khloe at this point. It's like,
I hate to say that,
what
though.
You're doing. At this point, it's not even fool me twice shit. It's like fool me a fifth and sixth time. It's like, where do you? At some point, you have to be responsible for allowing yourself to go back into this situation, knowing what the track record and the history has shown itself to be.
Yeah. Also,
are there no other niggas out there? Not trying to hate on Tristian, but it's hard to feel sorry for the girl.
I feel like they have plenty of people that they're able to get with, and men especially that are
waiting.
Right. So I don't know. Shout out to the new baby mama though, because she about to get a bag. I'm like $75,000 to get rid of the kid. I get $75,000 in a couple months from you.
Right.
Right, 75,000.
Lowballing.
You know you need to come with some meal.
Look.
What?
How many?
So I feel like, listen, no. I feel like we talked about this maybe whenever it was happening, but it was just like, listen, if you really wanted to keep me quiet, cut the check.
You need to drop $2 or $3 million.
That ain't even a house.
Someone alleged, they were like, you think Drake hasn't had to pay off a couple of girls to get abortions? You know, he probably have a nice little care package.
75,000 ain't it?
75,000 is not it.
Homeboy up the street could probably come up with 75.
Look, you're gonna have to come harder than that, Tristian. So, and then even for her to like go as long as she did without saying something, like she literally was gonna drop that baby any day. So
yes,
and she put it out there because Tristian was tripping.
Yes, so like he kept going. He kept going with like, all right, here you go. Yeah. Let me sell this story because I'm about to get paid.
Yeah, actually, I do have a topic to talk about that is not on the docket, and this will be really quick. But your boy Trey Songz is not looking too good for him.
Your boy.
Not looking too good for him.
Your boy. So are we going to stop playing the music? I mean, I don't blame you if you don't. You know, I'm just saying.
I'm not stopping
has he been found guilty?
Yeah, we have to
and you know what they say? Well, let's smoke this fire.
Now look, there's definitely a forest fire.
Kiki tried to warn y'all.
Oh my God. So here's the thing. I feel like all of this stuff sounds very true. Like all of the stories that I've read so far, just like, that probably happened. It's kind of sucks because it's just like it's Trey Songz and I really used to like him.
It's okay, you still do.
You know, I still like his
guy.
I still like his old music, but I don't know what he's doing now. I guess fighting all this legal stuff.
That's the thing about it.
I haven't seen much about him in a while.
And it sucks that the basketball chick, I don't know her name, she's a twin. It's unfortunate that she made his situation credible for a lot more people. Because I think beforehand, people were like, girl, you da 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 da. And
which
as
one?
more people came up, I don't know her name, but there's
or which story?
I feel like this may be the third or fourth Trey Songz thing that I've heard of in the last maybe 2 or 3 years.
That's when it gets to the something's
right.
going on.
So the last one that I've heard, she's a basketball player. She played college ball. She's a twin. Her sister plays as well. Young girls in their early or mid 20s, and she says that Trey Songz raped her, like straight up raped her, and so that's when I was seeing a lot more commentary of people being like, okay, well, he actually may be doing some of this stuff or whatever. I guess we'll see. Of course, his camp denies the claims, but the chick, and I wish I knew her name, she has said a few times now that she's not lying, that he took advantage of her, and she is going to pursue some sort of action. She hasn't figured out how, but she plans on doing something. So maybe this will play out in the next few months. I don't know, but Trey Songz, you need to get it together.
It just reminds me of Watson too. Whatever he was doing, whatever is going on with his case, like yikes, y'all really just be
yeah.
So I don't know. If you did it, I hope you pay your time.
Yeah. Last up, real quick, Drake made headlines after a model is seeking to pursue a lawsuit against him because they had sex. He went to the restroom, I guess, to clean himself up. She then went to the restroom afterwards, and allegedly she started screaming because her vagina was on fire, and that is because she recovered the used condom and tried to inseminate herself with the semen, and there was hot sauce in it. This is all alleged. She is the one who is putting out the story and going on podcasts and whatnot, talking about it. Drake has entertained it a little bit by, I think y'all may have seen like the Plan C thing with a hot sauce in a bag. I think he said something about like, I'm gonna let you have your 15 minutes of fame. Or something like that. Yeah. So, you know, he hasn't really confirmed whether or not this is true, but like, when it gets that bad that you got to have hot sauce in the bathroom, like.
Okay, so first off, I need to know why.
Why is there hot sauce in the bathroom?
Not even why there's hot sauce in the bathroom, but why didn't he flush it?
That's what I was thinking.
So, like, he just keeps it there. Is it to catch him? Like, oh, so you tried it.
Right.
The story just don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all, but that's the only logic I can put behind it. He probably be trying to see what these women be on. He's like, you know what? And if you gonna do it, I'm gonna find out.
So I'm assuming the semen did not.
And
turn
they said
pink
that the
or
hot
red.
sauce kills the sperm.
I don't know.
Is that what it does?
I mean, this could be a fake story, right? But
It's
like I said, she is the one who is going around saying it. So either she is looking for money or a book or something, some kind of deal where she is able to keep quiet on it. I don't know. I don't know what the motive is.
That's so annoying.
You know,
like, what? I need to know the truth.
How does this hot sauce not have red? How is it not a red condom? Was it a red condom to begin with? What's going on?
I don't know. I literally
was it a red condom to begin with?
I just don't understand how you can just pick up a condom that's been doused in hot sauce and not see that
and not notice.
Maybe it's maybe when you have a lot of money, you're able to have access to different sauces that aren't not red. So maybe this was one
a clear hot sauce.
Look, I have no idea.
I mean,
and maybe it wasn't hot sauce. Maybe it's some other thing.
Alcohol.
It's something else.
Maybe it was alcohol.
Maybe it was something else in it, and she was like, "This is what it was." Okay,
if it's true, right? If it's true,
Drake probably like hot sauce. Okay,
right? It's actually
poison,
right?
Whatever.
But fine, I'll go off this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on into our verses for the week. The question is, if you could have your own fantasy or made up vision, whatever, of how you meet your life partner, how would it be? What's the scenario? Set it up for me.
Okay, do you already have yours ready?
I have mine ready.
Okay, you might have to start.
I have mine. It actually happened to me in real life, and I was hoping that this was the one, but I think something that's like a fun story to tell would be if we met like on an airplane.
I'm fucking done. That was my fucking scenario. We met at the airport and our flights got delayed and we end up some shit.
See, but it happened to me.
We should have went first.
I was I was on a flight and I was sitting, you know, I typically try to have the don't sit with me look when I'm on flights. Like I try to look not friendly or whatever, especially if it's a full flight, right? I mean, if it's not a full flight, excuse me. And so there is a guy who came on. He was fine, good looking brother, and he sits in like I have the middle seat open. He sits, I guess, on the aisle seat. And so, anyways, it took us a while to like take off, but he like struck up a conversation with me and. You know, he ended up having a little charm to him. And I'm like, oh, hold up. Like, and so, like, I think we were on the runway for, like, maybe an hour and some change. And it's already, like, a 3-hour flight, right? So we're on the runway still. And at this point, I'm like, this is it. Like, this is how it happens. Like, this is it, right?
I'm dying because, like, I feel like that is you. You'd be like, oh my God,
it's happening. This is my moment.
Right.
So needless to say, I mean, where he at now, he ended up being a little crazy. But yeah, I think if that were to go right, I think that's like the cutest story. Like we didn't know each other. We were both heading back to Houston and, you know, and yeah, I think that's super cute.
I thought you were about to say, then we landed and he was like, honey, I've landed.
Oh, hell no. No, we did go on a date. So like, I think at this point in time, we probably interacted for maybe 6 hours in total. Because even when we landed, it took us some time. And then there was an issue with both of our bags. Like it was just, it was a long ordeal, right? And so at this point, like I'm hungry. And so we went and grabbed like some dinner.
Okay.
It was very spontaneous. It was very spontaneous. We grabbed some dinner. Went to our respective places afterwards. And I think it may have lasted maybe a little over a week before I realized that this guy was kind of crazy. So
damn,
didn't work out. But you know, in the moment, again at dinner, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, let me go ahead and tell him my ring size and
that
figure out a
airport
dress.
Be doing it, huh?
It does. It was very romantic. So
okay.
Anyways, Leah.
Okay, so if I think about, I guess, maybe if I've been in a moment where I'm like, I think that this would be cool or whatever, I would say if it's something like, if I'm doing something by myself, very low key, like being at a bar. So when I say that, I mean like or at a restaurant, I am just literally by myself and just eating and just like drinking or something like that. And some guy strikes up conversation or whatever. And I think that is probably something that I think about. So if I'm there by myself, it's like, this would be good if I found someone like here, because I'm not really worried about anything else. I'm not really thinking about anything else. And I'm not like with other people. You're not with other people like, oh, we just happen to be here. And so it feels just like, this just happened, right? And so I think, I don't know what that noise was, but I think it would be something like that. Some kind of restaurant, I guess maybe my life is centered around food, because at first I was going to say grocery store, but in the grocery store, I'd be trying to be
in and out.
I'd be trying to be in and out.
Thank
I had to be
you.
like at the bar, I'd be chilling.
Okay.
So
That's a good place. I've met some cool guys at the bar.
yeah, like you meet different people there.
Bar
And it's
top
like,
restaurant.
right. And if it actually works out, then then it's good. But otherwise, if they turn crazy, it's just like, dang, I can't be going places by myself. This is why.
Ooh, that part. Okay. Solo.
Man, I ain't got anything. I was definitely gonna go with the airport scenario.
But yours is different because you said layover. See, mine was actually on the plane, but you're saying like while you're at the airport waiting on your flight, I guess?
It's just one of those situations where you're both headed on the airport. I mean, you're both headed on the airplane. There's a flight delay. So obviously you're like, okay, in the meantime, let's grab something to eat. You grab something to eat. Then you get on the flight. You go your separate ways and try to keep in contact. Just one of those scenarios.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
If not, just give me the typical library shit. We met
I
at the
actually had a feeling you
I
was
can
saying
met at
see
something
the
like
that.
that.
Like,
bookstore,
I can
Okay.
see meeting
that sounds
someone.
cliche, but
No, it's
it's like neutral territory.
You know what? The drama in me wants something where I'm in distress. So like, I don't know, something happens and I like pass out
Flat
or I have
tire.
an allergic reaction or a flat tire or something like that. Maybe not flat tire, but like somewhere and there is like a doctor who is like in street clothes and whatever. And he's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm just like starry-eyed
What?
and then he thinks I'm
Is there a
cute.
doctor?
I watch too many movies.
Yes.
Yeah, like
right. Still trying not to steal a plot.
Right. I can see something like that too, like damsel in distress and he saves the day, and that's a cool story to tell, right? And he's a doctor. So
Hey.
Or you're walking down a dark alley and these gentlemen try to mug you and then you get saved by the gentleman.
oh,
One night stand. What was that movie?
What?
One Night Stand with Wesley. He saved that girl.
I don't think I know that one.
Oh. Yeah. No. Give me. I'm staying in the bookstore.
Okay, bookstore.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We are back in full effect.
Yes.
Continue with this on a consistent basis.
Right. We coming back. We took a break for the
how the holidays can be. We just get our
COVID,
bearings
all kind of
back.
stuff.
Straight up. So if you like what you heard, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on social media at He Said, We Said. Also share with a friend. And do you guys have any final words?
No.
You can.
Go Cowboys. And
I can't relate, but I'll cheer for him too, because I ain't got no other team in there.
I appreciate that. And y'all have a great
Let's
week.
go Niners.
Okay.
You know what?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Why would you say that?
I do
Why
not
you
want to
acting like
see you
connection?
niggas on the timeline, okay?
You have
I
no
do
connection to San
I do like
Francisco.
San Francisco,
So
though.
even before we even started, are we still recording? Because Solomon was over here crying about the damn Raiders. So now we want to get on.
I ain't
and you
never
talk
been
about,
to San Francisco
No,
and talk
actually,
about
I have, actually.
So
but
now you just
no,
want them
I
to- okay.
I do not want to see you niggas on this timeline. And it's not even about the Dallas team, because this year's Dallas team is actually a likable team, But boy, when y'all niggas get on the timeline, it's just unbearable. It really is.
So you rather you be on the timeline.
Yes! Okay,
Why y'all be
the
hating
Raiders
so
fans.
hard?
Bro, we've been down for so long. But, I just
It's-
wanted to
Who
be a
is
good
we?
game. The
Who is
Raiders,
we?
the Raiders, the
exactly.
Raiders.
So
The
that's your
Raiders.
team. Let's
Yes.
not don't be that way.
So don't be trying to drag us into where
You know what?
y'all are.
I hope it's a good game. How
It
about
should
that?
be.
I hope you all
I
play
hope
a
it's a
very
good game, and I hope we win.
I'm kind of surprised the Cowboys ended up in a wild card, but you know.
Oh well, you know they didn't have the best record,
yes.
so yeah. But they won their division.
All right.
All right,
Okay,
y'all.
bye.
Bye.